Hi guys. Welcome to my watch along to the German Grand Prix, or the Eifel Grand Prix as they're calling it, at the Nurburgring. Had qualifying yesterday. Bottas on pole position, just pipping by 2/10. Hamilton in second, with Max Verstappen in third place, and a remarkable Charles Leclerc performance in fourth, with a very poor Ferrari, yet his teammate for only being 11th. Yeah, so yeah, do excuse me, I'm having my lunch at the same time, right? Because I'm, as usual, in a rush. Mm. And as the minute they're just playing the German national anthem after taking the knee. Um, some spectators in the grandstand socially distanced. Um, but yeah, should have a couple of guests come on today as well to watch along. And yeah, should be a fun Grand Prix and a fun afternoon uh, watching this Grand Prix. So let me know your predictions for this today's race. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think is going to get a really good performance? Don't forget, Hulkenberg is replacing Lance Stroll. He replaced him in his first lap, was actually in qualifying after a late call up thing with was Lance Stroll having an illness. They say it's not COVID related, but it is an illness that put him out of practice in third practice and qualifying on Saturday, which means after qualifying that the driver who's qualified has to start. So yeah, yeah. So just having an interview with Hamilton, who's second on the grid. All right. But yeah, so yeah, let us know in the chat. Let us know, anyone watching live, who do you think's gonna benefit out of this Grand Prix? Um, Obviously, it's gonna be a duel, could be a three-way duel between Verstappen and the two Mercedes. Albon a little bit further down, I believe, in fifth. Um, yeah, I'd love to see how Charles Leclerc does. I hope he doesn't fall back down the grid, because Charles Leclerc, that single lap yesterday was unbelievable. What a performance. Again, obviously in a very poor Ferrari. They showed them, because of a washout, putting both practice sessions off. They showed a graph of who's gained in terms of car development. And the only team, everyone has gained in some areas, but the only team that hasn't is uh, Ferrari. They've actually lost. So the fact that he's managed to get fourth place is just speaks volumes of how quick and how good Charles Leclerc is. And it's just a shame. I'd love to see him at the minute either in the current Mercedes, as I'm doing the strap on my back, because I have to have sometimes a strap around my back to help with posture. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Obviously, I just saw interesting conversation between Christian Horner and one of the chief mechanics at Mercedes. Could be like, can we have your engines for 22? And um, Mercedes aren't stupid, to be honest. They said in an interview, because obviously Honda are pulling out after 2021, after their miserable entrance with McLaren, then obviously benefiting. Um, and Data Skin Kid, how are you? Stephen, have you seen Aubameyang car collection? He's loaded. Yeah, I've seen that. Weird sort of paint job on his Lamborghini, and hey, look, he puts performances on the pitch, so he deserves to get paid what he pays, and like enjoy it. It's like no need. It's the same with Hamilton. No need to enjoy. No need to be frugal. Just enjoy it, and yeah. So, but like I was just saying, is then Red Bull went and took up Honda engines after McLaren sort of parted from Honda. But after all that, they're going to now pull out, and now Red Bull are running around trying to find a replacement. Do they go back with that relationship with Renault that ended so in dramatic fashion, in a fashion that ended up being that they didn't actually call the engines Renault engines for 2 years. They called them Tag Heuer engines. Um, or do they go with Ferrari? Or do they go with Mercedes? But Mercedes apparently said because of the capacity in terms of building the engines for their customer teams, they're already at working full capacity, so they can't take on another team, especially since they've just signed a deal with the McLaren to have engines in 2022 with McLaren. So, well, 2022, no, 2021, sorry. So, yeah, as obviously the drivers are now getting themselves prepped, getting themselves in the car as we count down towards the start of this Grand Prix, which will be the start of the formation lap, which will be 10 past 2. So, yeah, like I said, let me know what your predictions are. I will be doing England versus Belgium watch along later on today. I'm sorry, I thought it was yesterday for some strange reason, but no, it's today. I will be doing a live stream for that, so make sure you check in for that. Join in the conversation. If you want to join on the show, right, the links in the description. The links in the video description here, and if not, here it is in the chat. Right, there we go. Right, right. Don't be scared to come on and have your say. Right, everyone's welcome. Everyone has an entitlement to their opinion and what they want to express on the channel. That's the whole part of it. So yeah. Also be interesting to see how the conditions fare as well, because the tires have to be uh, the uh, the soft tire is tending to grain quite easily despite these cold conditions. It's very cold out there. Like they've been wearing woolly hats with like an air temperature of 8 degrees and a track temperature of 4 degrees. So yeah, it's very cold. So it'll be interesting how the strategy works. They don't know whether it's going to be a one stop. They don't know whether it's going to be a two stop because they've got no running in practice. Which begs the question: should teams be allowed to practice, have free practice sessions, or should we take away the practice sessions and let them guess, right, on what's the best strategy? So or give them like what F2 does, which is one practice session before a qualifying session. So yeah, that's an interesting question, and I'd like to know your thoughts on that. So yeah. Anyway, we are just quickly let someone know I'm now live on the channel. But yeah, like I said again, right. Here's the link. Don't be scared to come on and have your say. We've got 3 people already in the chat. Also, so far we're still at 701 pound, and I'm trying to. My birthday's on the 30th of October, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 by my birthday. So please I know it's hard times at the minute. If you could donate what you can to this wonderful cause, Children's Liver Disease Foundation, which I volunteer and is whole part of the channel. Yeah, do you, yeah, can you please like give what you can and support this amazing cause and this amazing charity? It's helped me throughout my life to help manage my condition, my liver condition, and everything. So, dates are unis open on the weekends? Um, I think they're open in terms of like you can go and get library resources and that. I'm not quite sure because I've never seen the actual uni open on the weekend. But in terms of like using their sources like computers, books, and stuff like that, they're still open. So in case like because obviously people, uh, obviously student on campus will need to get information somewhere to be able to do their studies, but they just don't do lessons. So I do believe they are open, but it also depends on what's going on because obviously strange, unprecedented times at the minute. So yeah. Also, right, I just watched this morning the next episode in what they call Race to Perfection, Race for Perfection, which is on Sky Documentaries. If you've got Sky, check that out. It's like giving you. It's a series on the 70 years of Formula One. Please check it out. It's a great watch. This last episode, episode 5, was about controversial moments. So you got Senna in '89 and 1990 against Alain Prost, and both of them taking each other off the road. Then you've got Schumacher in '94 and '97 trying to take first Damon in '94 and then Villeneuve in '97 off the track. And '94 he succeeded, '97 he didn't. And then '98 was Schumacher again, where Coulthard backed off in the racing line in the wet, and Schumacher in the wet couldn't see him and got hit, took it, and went into the back of him, which caused a major scuffle in the pits afterwards. Which I blame Coulthard for, because you shouldn't be backing off right in the wet on the racing line. The racing line's for the leader. So, Stephen, do you believe in God? Since I believe in God, it makes you feel better if you take a little bit of time every day to appreciate life. I take a little bit of time to try and appreciate what I have in life. From what I've seen throughout my life, um, I'm not a believer, to be honest. Right? If He loves us all, right, and we're all equal, and right, then why why punish innocent? Why do you let innocent kids be born with such horrible, horrible illnesses like liver disease, right? And then some kids survive by giving them the blessing of a transplant, and then some kids don't. I've lost friends who've not got a transplant, yet I have, right? And I feel, yeah, no, Marcus, it hasn't started yet. But like I said, is um, I'm still having health problems now. I've had 6 liver transplants. Right? I've had a splenectomy. I've everything. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. If he really was there, I'd be asking, begging him, please give me a break. Right? Let me live my life now. Right? Right? Let everyone be treated the same. Right? So yeah, and plus, like, if he created everything as well, right? And loves us all while we're in the middle of this pandemic, for example. But yeah, we got Marcus back on the channel. How are you this morning?
Good, but I won't be able to watch it because my dad's using the laptop, so.
Well, I'll try and keep you entertained and try and do as much commentary as I can. Um,
To be honest, I don't care if Hamilton. I don't want to see a race where Hamilton wins. Has it started yet?
no, it's about to start.
I'll probably watch like the last bit, but I won't be able to watch it till then.
But
I don't want to see Hamilton equal Schumacher's record. I couldn't be bothered.
I think that's going to happen either way down the line, mate. At some point, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and no, I shouldn't say what I just said before. I shouldn't have said what I just thought. I don't want to see him win.
Why not? I mean, he's British. It's great British success in sport, and you should be celebrating British success in sport. Same as like we celebrate
I've just never liked him. I've always supported.
Why not? I don't get why.
When he was with Jenson Button,
yeah,
I was a massive Button fan. So I guess I just liked Jenson Button, which made me hate Hamilton. I've always hated him since then. I liked Vettel.
Yeah, but I don't see how you can like another driver. I get that, but unless you got cheated on a circuit or done something like Schumacher's done in the past, I don't see
like. I disliked him. I don't know why.
I mean,
there's no reason.
Button,
I just don't like him.
The reason I've not liked Button, for example, is that a charity that got me to do that let me went to go and get testing, go testing in 2003. The runner of that charity used to own a pub at Silverstone. She used to have Button and that stay at this B&B hotel, right? So she knew some of the drivers. So she knew Jenson Button. So they took a load of these kids to now in the previous formulas, you'd always stop for these kids and sign autographs and take pictures and everything, right? When it came to once he got to Formula One, he saw these group of children again with the runner of this charity. So he knew who they were, and he just turned their back on him. He didn't come over. Like Ralph Schumacher was going to. The only reason I got Ralph's signature is because he was going to walk off and not sign anything, and I was the only one who said please. And he literally stopped because he heard me say, "Shut up, please, can you sign this?" Right? He stopped, turned around, and made a point at the fact because I asked nicely, he turned around and signed everything. But for Button, I don't get why you couldn't just do that for these kids who have come to see you and have supported you from the previous formulas.
Okay, well, now I'm
and plus, Button is Button usually I've not heard too many times over the radio where Button's like really thanked the team. The only time I heard that is when actually in Canada 2011. Whereas Hamilton has usually been about the team and has always appreciated what the team has done.
Well, you don't know like what he says afterwards. I think he might not just say something on the radio. Like he might choose to say in person.
No, when I've heard the radio, and obviously there could be conversations in private that are different. I mean, but anyway, we're gonna 5 lights out. Away we go. Hamilton's got the better start here. Bottas is going to have to cover him off, but Hamilton's going to be up down the inside. And Hamilton takes the lead, forces Bottas wide, but Bottas comes back down the inside. Max Verstappen trying to have a little look up for Hamilton, but Bottas nearly lost the lead there, and luckily, just by the skin of his teeth, kept on. We've got Max Verstappen third. Leclerc holds position 4th. Ricciardo 5th. Albon 6th. And I believe it's.
Oh, Albon's dropped 2 positions.
I think it. One of the McLarens is all over the back of the Red Bull. I believe it's Lando Norris. Then Perez is following up behind, but yeah, Bottas, by sheer bravery, hanged it round the outside. They both braked as late as possible and went wide. And I was surprised that Verstappen didn't try and take the opportunity. But yeah, so Vettel is
title. I feel like it shows that Bottas is going for the title.
Well, yeah, he's got to. When you've got the likes of George Russell and yeah, but when you've got the likes of George Russell and other sort of Mercedes academy drivers that are pushing for a seat, then you've got to you've got to go for it. If you're in a top team, you've got to go for it. Otherwise, you'll be dropped.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic that he's kept the lead.
Marcus, do you think Arsenal win the league in the next decade?
Definitely. I'm a Spurs fan.
No. No. I don't think so.
In the next decade, that's a long time.
Yeah, I don't.
Next 2 years or something. I think.
I know. I don't. Unless the board really back Arteta and that, then yes. But I'm going to leave that for another. I'm going to leave that for another show because this is. I'm trying to focus on the F1 for now.
The title the title decided. I know you're trying to focus on the title decided will be.
No, I'd rather stick this pencil in my eye with Sport Chelsea.
Right, all I'm going to say is when the games come back on the 17th, and that will be the most important games of the season.
I wouldn't say that because it's first 4 games, so it's a long way to go. Like, there's so many other games to focus on.
But
like,
there are big games, and it's very important.
The most critical stage when,
for example, lose against Liverpool.
I mean, every game's an important game, but
big signings.
Yeah, but I feel that in terms of yeah, I every game is an important game, but I do feel that it's way too early at the minute to say that right, if you win now, you got the rest of it. You're going to win the title because like anything can happen from now, especially with the way this season's gone already. Right, you can't say that this is going to decide it. Anyway, like I said, I'll leave that for another show. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Kirk. Nice to see you in the chat.
Do you think they'll be?
Albon had a little bit of contact with Ricardo there. Raikkonen 19th, and there was a massive lock up at the back there, and Raikkonen getting out of shape. That's why when they made that little Vettel nearly got a start. Vettel got a start there. But yeah, Ricardo's all over the back of Leclerc. As Bottas sets a new fastest lap on with a 1:32.2. Hamilton 1.3 seconds behind.
Hamilton's not within 1 second. Hamilton won't get the DRS.
Yeah, but it's
but if he doesn't get in, he's not going to get DRS.
It's a long way to go, and we don't know. The teams don't know really. They're literally doing this blind because they've got no data to see whether it's a 1-stop or a 2-stop. And it's most probably
positions.
Yeah, he's
Hulkenberg's
gone
doing well. Driver of the day. Oh my god. Giovinazzi, this is his track. He's in 11th. He qualified
yeah,
like 15th or something, and he's in 11th.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's a good start. But it's now you've got to now settle down and focus on your race pace and stretching out.
Yeah, well,
the
front three have got right away.
Yeah, because
like a 6-second gap to Leclerc.
As much as Leclerc did well in qualifying, this is the thing as well. And what I was saying yesterday is that like Leclerc is in a failing Ferrari, right? It's the only car that's even lost in terms of growth, in terms of car development, right? It's the only team that's lost out in car development and gone further backwards, right? And compared to a four-time world champion, right, as a teammate, he has put his car on fourth spot. Even Albon has not been able to jump him in a much faster Red Bull. Right, so which shows how good Leclerc is in a failing car.
Did you see yesterday in the Mercedes garage? Away, or with like taking off the tires and everything. They were just being like super careful and taking it slowly so they don't get another penalty with Hamilton.
Yeah, and plus I think also they wanted to look after the tyres as well because these
very careful. I think it's gonna be one stop, isn't it? Unless there's rain.
No, the preferred strategy in a minute is a 2. From what they've worked out.
Even if you start on
yeah, but from what they've worked out, and then Leclerc's locked up. Ricciardo's going to try and go around the outside and can't quite get round. But
Hamilton
Leclerc
is dropping back. Hamilton is dropping back very fast.
Oh, he's not dropping that fast, to be honest.
He's 1.8 seconds behind.
Yeah, I've seen worse. It's to 6 laps. Right, calm. This
is Bottas's like year to get the title.
No. Right, there's I mean, we're at round 11. There's still a long way to go, and he's still got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh yeah, he's got like 50 points or something.
I mean, Hamilton, for example, what I didn't actually notice is that Hamilton was on a qualifying streak until yesterday. So it's still a long way to go to just say, "Yep, Bottas will get it." Yeah, I mean, even I'm not saying Hamilton's got
bad races.
Right.
I don't think he's going to win this race anyway. That's for sure.
And in saying that, he's just gone fastest with a 1:31.9.
Yeah, but it's only a smidge faster.
It's too early. You can't say that now. It's too early. We don't know what the strategy is because none of them have been able to do long ones in practice. Which also actually gives me a good question. Should we just let the teams have one practice session, right, and have limited amount of data so that it
definitely at Catalonia?
Yeah, because every time they have like a washout in practice and they don't get the data they need, it springs up a lot of surprises in strategy.
Yeah, but what for tracks like the Nurburgring or Imola, but they haven't been for years. The last time we were at Imola was like 2006. They need data because it's very difficult to do it without data.
Yeah, but it's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the races tend to be a lot more either intriguing in terms of strategy or action packed in terms of drama.
I would.
Because we don't know what's going to happen. And
it'll be
actually,
interesting.
I mean, I'm just looking at the radar now, and it could rain in some areas of the circuit.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. I mean, what I find.
I mean, like I'm
All
saying
that
here,
I
you
would.
just said this is Bottas' circuit, and then Max Verstappen's just gone fastest as well.
Yeah, and
So it's too early
Hamilton's
to
slowly
call.
catching up. Hamilton is catching up.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, but
too early to
I
call at the
said
minute.
Max yesterday would get pole. I think it's still. I think Bottas is for some reason good at the circuit. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because he can adapt faster to tracks than other drivers. But Max, he's got a short wheelbase and heavy downforce, so it'll be easy in the tight section, and he's got high speed corners, which is his kind of track. So he's got tight technical sections ticked off and high speed corners because of his driving. This should really be Max's track.
Yeah, he's third and 3 seconds behind. That really works out.
Yeah, really does.
Right.
No, he should be doing better.
Well, if that's the
He has
case,
got the
then
fastest
why
lap.
isn't he all over the arse of Hamilton?
Oh, what happened to Albon? He's down in 20th. He stopped.
Yeah, he's pitted.
Stopped. What for? Hard?
Hang on, I've just got to ask. Stephen, what's wrong with Chelsea? There's not anything particularly wrong with Chelsea. It's just I've grown up. Like my dad was an Arsenal supporter. My mum was an Arsenal supporter. My sister doesn't say she's an Arsenal supporter, but she definitely is. My uncle is, and I've grown up watching Arsenal being successful. So, that is why I've always been an Arsenal fan, and that's an into it. And I would not
Gio
support
is in the
any other.
points.
If Arsenal didn't exist, I'd support England. I wouldn't support anyone else. End of story.
Gio's in the points.
Every person I know thinks Arsenal are a oil. Arsenal are not an oil money club. Where have you got that one from? Right, we're owned by Americans. I'm more
What's oil
interested
money?
we're talking about people from like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, as in, like, I mean, Man City are oil money club, right?
Agreed.
Technically, some also that money, suspiciously, has been known to fund terrorism as well. So, but I won't like to go on that. But
Hamilton's really catching up. Hamilton's really catching up.
Yeah,
he puts Albon's on medium.
No, they're trading. They're trading laps by laps at the minute. So 1 minute he's
rain in 5 minutes. Rain in 5 minutes apparently. Science is told
Could
rain
be.
in 5 minutes.
Doesn't mean it's
on
always
the radio,
definite.
Science. Hamilton's closing in. This would be very interesting because
there's a sort of spot on the camera on the last corner.
No, this is interesting because Hamilton is catching up slowly to Bottas. If he gets rain and they have to pit, this will be very crucial. If it's at the right point, this will be very interesting. And the fact that Albon's gone on to medium.
Oh, Jesus, Norris and Perez nearly taking each other out there.
Charles is in fifth. Charles in fifth.
Yeah, but we couldn't hold off Ricardo. But now Norris is trying to get by, and Perez is right behind them as well. And Perez tried to go around the outside of turn 1, tries to hangs it in there around turn 2, like Bottas did at the start. And
the interesting thing is Albon's gone into mediums before it rains, so he could be put in a very bad situation, or a very good one, if everyone jumps onto the Intis and he stays on.
Yeah, it's first of all, we got to know if it's really is raining. I mean, from what I saw from the radar, is that you'll get a couple of spots at the last corner, but not everywhere. So, and saying that, the had to bolt for the pits. So, some drivers are being told that it's good rain, some are being told it will only happen in certain areas. And from what I saw from the radar, it's not going to complete the circuit.
Right. But is this going to be a situation like Hungary? The fact that it's going to rain in a swimming pool nearby or a water park near, or is it actually going to rain?
And actually, Sebastian Vettel's just gone off at the third turn one.
No. What? A good race to even worse race.
Hang on. And he's really flat spotted those tyres. I need to see a replay of that. But Raikkonen's now bolted for mediums. Right. So the thing is it just another Vettel mistake? Or is it actually starting to rain? Well, I'll have to see. I have to see a replay to make it.
I think it's a Vettel mistake.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's making so many of these.
You can't.
And that's what I'd say as well. And what I'm going to say as well from not yesterday, right, is that Vettel in 2018 should have won the championship because he had the fastest car.
Oh yes,
right?
yes.
Halfway through that season, that car, yes, it's trying to challenge. Yeah, he's gone down the inside, tried to check back, ran the outside, but no grip, just spun straight off, and he's now going to have to box for a new set of tyres. That's just another mistake. It doesn't look like particularly wet down there. No one's having problems.
Leclerc's gone on.
Yeah, like I said, is what? But like I said, is Vettel had Ferrari had the fastest, they made the leaps, and they should have won Monza. They should have won they were better in Hungary. Yeah. They were better in Germany. They were better in Belgium. And if you look at it from the last, even the British Grand Prix, they were level. And then after that, they were ahead, right? And from that Grand Prix, Hungary, Belgium, Germany, Hungary, Belgium, Italy, and Singapore should have been Ferrari wins.
Definitely Singapore. They should have won that title.
Sorry, Singapore in 2018. I have never seen a qualifying session like that since Ayrton Senna in 1988, where he out-qualified his teammate by 1.5 seconds. And then saying that, Hamilton has just gone round the outside of Bottas and taken the lead. So what's happened there? Oh, it's a massive lock-up for Bottas. Oh, massive lock-up. And he's pretty much, that's destroyed that tyre. And pretty much after that, he's pretty much going to have to let Hamilton through. Otherwise, Verstappen's going to be on the case. Because he has got a ruined right
goodness sake. When you have the chance to beat Hamilton, you've got to beat him.
Love it. That's it. Come on, Verstappen. Right, come on. Right, let's see you overtake manoeuvres. Yeah, well, he's going to have to box. He's that tyre's destroyed. Well, yeah, it's like a 50 pence piece. It's like driving on squares. And Russell's gone off as well.
It's raining.
I don't think it's like raining, but there's just few spots here and there. And this I love because this is where, right, Verstappen as well, because Verstappen's proved it at times, but the one person you want in the fastest car around an oily, greasy, wet track is Lewis Hamilton. By a mile. I'm sorry. This is the perfect sort of conditions. It's some drivers have it, and some drivers don't. And Russell's got a ripped left rear puncher because of that. Anyway, Stephen, any tips on getting married at 18? Don't. I'd say. I wouldn't want to get married at 18, mate. I'm 25, and I think that would be just too early. I think you should just let you live your life a little bit. And it's because Raikkonen, and I know why Russell's got a puncher. Raikkonen's locked up in the spots of rain, hit George Russell, and flew him in the air. And Russell's lucky he's still going. He's going to feel that. He's going to get backache after that. Anyway, Stephen, is plumbing a good job? I have no ambition. Plumbing's a decent job. I know my mate, a friend of mine who helps with plumbing and various DIY jobs like that. It's a decent living. You can be self-employed, employed. I mean, I'm not an expert but yeah, it's a decent enough. But George Russell is out. I would expect so after impact like that.
Oh, come on. Bottas is only 26
show your shoes,
seconds behind.
My shoes are in. I'm indoors. Why would I want to share my shoes?
Wait, what?
Hang on. Right, so Hamilton could pit and come out.
It's the guy from the other day who said nonsense.
Oh, is it? My shoes are perfect, mate. I've got my shoes. I've got Mercedes Benz on Mercedes AMG Benz, like F1 Puma shoes. I love it. Ollie's what? Like boss? Oi or Ollie? Is he boss? Because I'm still thinking, is Ollie still trying to fix his wheels?
He just asked us if we want weed.
I have. Yeah, really.
There's the face he's just put.
Do you know what, mate? Right, the only reason you're staying in the chat is because you're fucking comical. Right, go on BGT as a comedian. Right, or a chameleon, so you blend in so no one sees you. Right, and like I can speak sense. You you're the one that's typing this shit in. It sounds like you on weed. And there's a lockup by Verstappen into turn 1.
Why are there so many lockups? It has to be rain to lose grip or something.
I think it's one cold condition. Yeah, it's downhill. It's cold conditions. There's little spots of rain here and there. There's another lockup by Albon.
I like your stream.
There's a virtual safety car.
I like your stream.
I like your stream. So why are you talking absolute like random crap? Right. I mean, by all means, if you want to come on the show, you're more than welcome to. But if you're going to be abusive, then piss off. But yeah.
Bonza.
Anyway, for anyone that is watching and wants to have their say, here it is. Oh, and because it's a virtual safety car, guess who's coming in the pits?
Lewis Hamilton.
Oh yes.
And
Verstappen as well.
Verstappen.
Oh, it's gonna be Hamilton Verstappen out first and second. Bottas has lost out in a virtual safety car again. Last time I saw him do that, it was Silverstone in 2019, and I was there. And as much as I hated it, I loved it. Right, and what's funny is that I was staying in the hotel I was staying in because it was an F1 experience. Was the same hotel Sauber were using as Giovinazzi was using, right? And I just told the Sauber team on Sunday when they came in, I said to him, "Can you do me a favour?" I said, "Yeah, I know like you didn't do well, but thanks." Right, you gave Hamilton the race, thanks. Oh, and Kvyat's just lost his front wing for some reason. It's all over the track. It's
Oh no,
right
he's 14
by the
seconds
pit wall.
behind. Oh, for goodness sake. How can you be 14 seconds behind? Oh.
Yeah, he's 14 seconds. Woohoo!
Right, Verstappen.
Hey,
Verstappen
how are you?
getting so much from that.
Oh shit! Damn! Whoa! 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 How do I find this? Oh shit! Hello? Damn man!
Are you watching the Grand Prix at the minute? Right, fine. I don't get these people why they do that. I mean, like, this is a channel trying to, like, through watching stuff like this, trying to raise awareness about Children's Liver Disease Foundation. And by the way, anyone who has any sort of money that
Verstappen's 1.2 seconds behind. Verstappen's 1.2 seconds behind.
Yeah, it's already been
Sorry
to
for interrupting,
that
Verstappen's
gap when it came out. It's the same gap that it came out with.
That's because he yeah, but that's because Red Bull pitted better than.
Yeah,
better.
well,
Oh, he's dropped back.
But do you know why is that? Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because there were 2 confirmed positive cases of COVID in the Mercedes team. Another 4 people had to be isolated. So that means 6 new
I
crews
shall return.
had to be shipped to Germany. That's why.
I shall return.
Anyone who can donate, please donate to this charity, please. Thank you so much. I shall return. Right, yeah, you can return if you want, mate. But if you're gonna be an idiot, then don't bother.
No, I said, well, I said to my school they're gonna do it like a charity day for children's liver disease.
Yeah, I do. Thank you. And that's how Kvyat lost it. Albon cut straight across him.
Yeah, well, Albon's missed out quite a lot by going into the mediums early, and the fact that he didn't do it under a virtual safety car.
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
What's happened here?
Shush. Bottas is retiring from this race.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes!
What?
Bottas is out of this race. He has a fundamental problem with his car. He is out of this race. Oh, equal Schumacher's record at Germany. Right, and gained 25 points on Bottas. Oh, it's like Christmas come early.
No, do you know what's going to happen? He's not going to. He's going to have a failure of his own. Then Verstappen's going to win.
Oh my God! You're in. Were you born in? Are you English?
Why?
Just asking.
Yeah.
Celebrate British success. Like, we got Lando Norris in third as well.
I don't want to.
We've got 2 Brits on the podium.
Oh, was my mic muted? Oh, my mic was muted.
No.
I am British, but I don't like Britain. Like, I don't feel like I'm British. I don't support Britain in anything. I'm just like support other countries.
Why are you cheering being out Bottas? Because it helps.
He's a Hamilton
It
fan,
helps
and
Hamilton in
he
the
likes
championship.
people getting big
It's
crashes.
not, and plus, if it was I wouldn't be cheering if it, especially I wouldn't be cheering. Especially, let's get this right. If it was a massive accident, that I would not be cheering. Right, I would not be cheering at all. I'd be making
Maybe
sure
you
that
would be.
okay. Right, what? I'd never cheer
Oh,
anyone
why
who
is
gets
Verstappen falling
carries
back?
like that.
Oh, for goodness sake!
Right, if it's like to do with sort of a mechanical failure that puts a driver into the pit lane, right, and benefits, say, whoever I support, which is Hamilton in the championship, then you are going to be pleased. Same as my dad used to enjoy, like me getting upset when Schumacher had to pull out of the race. Right, he used to cheer about that in front of me as well. So,
Wish
like,
Hamilton was out of this race.
so like, say
It's
Hamilton
not
pulled
even
out
fair though.
like that as well.
Bottas is a better driver in some races, just much better.
What?
He's been better half the season.
When he there's some races, right, when he's literally having to drive the last inch out of the car, he can pick Hamilton. But then most of the time I've seen in the qualifying sessions, it's usually been Hamilton. Like the last qualifying session, it's Hamilton not making small mistakes in the qualifying lap, right, or little small mistakes during the race that cost him. But in terms of raw pace, he's not going to be able to compete.
No.
Stephen,
to be this successful.
Yeah, well, if you do, here's the link here. Then feel free to join. It's also in the video description as well.
Also in the description.
Yeah, so more than welcome to. But
oh, this is really annoys me. How it's not even fair.
how
Michael's
got a 10-second penalty for causing a collision.
Hamilton isn't even that good.
What? You must watch a different sport, mate. You tell, give me the fact that doesn't make Hamilton a great driver. That doesn't put him on the level of Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher. Let me be honest. Ayrton Senna is number one.
But over a race weekend, he's not.
What? Singapore 2018 should have been nowhere near that race. Should have been 5th or 6th. Right? He was in the slowest out of the top 3. Yet he produced a qualifying lap, which I've never seen repeated since Ayrton Senna, right, in 1988.
I don't care about Ayrton Senna.
Well, I should do, mate, because he is regarded as the number one driver of drivers that literally.
No, that's Hamilton now, isn't it? Everyone thinks
not even Michael Schumacher puts him above him. Right.
Schumacher. I think Schumacher's a better driver than Hamilton, but I'm not saying Hamilton's the best driver. It just depends on what track.
You can't say he's not even that good of a driver. I'm sorry, I'm not having that.
He's like the 6th best driver ever.
Bollocks.
Agreed. No.
That's crap.
No,
that's crap.
I don't agree with that.
No, the statistics doesn't say so.
He's got a good car, that's why.
Yeah, 2009 he should have won a Grand Prix at all. He won 2. Right, that car, he literally said at literally the 6th race of the season, right, he literally went to the team, we need a new car, let alone a new frigging rear end. We need a new car because it was crap. Salah, I'm sorry, I can see you in the background, but the device is not connected. Try coming in and back out and back in again. But I'm not having this, right? That is a 6th best driver.
So someone comment if Hamilton is better than Schumacher, Senna, or whatever. Vettel is a better driver than Hamilton.
You know that guy who said he's smoking weed? Are you actually doing that?
No,
seriously?
I've never.
Really?
I don't even
Vettel's
know.
a better driver than Vettel's a better driver than Hamilton. Where's the evidence? Right.
Right.
Where's
He won. No, the evidence is a 2010 The 2010 Drivers' Championship.
What? Yeah, when Ferrari decided we were going to follow about Webber, not follow what everyone else was doing. The only reason is that Vettel won that race, right, won that championship, right, is because
consistency.
Not consistency.
That was why he won that championship.
They kept calling him the Crash Kid. Right?
That championship was won on consistency.
How can he be consistent when the only time he led that championship was at the very end, when he at the last race?
Consistently got top 5 positions, whilst the rest of them were.
No, he didn't.
He got wins. He occasionally got podiums. That's
what it
was. Consistency.
No, he didn't, because he kept like Turkey, Belgium, right, taking each people out. They kept calling him like a walking crash, right, because he kept crashing into everyone. Right, I'm sorry, I'm not having this. Right, the only reason he won the title, Vettel won the title in 2010, because Ferrari fucked up their strategy. Simple as that. Right, he just went out to win the race, and that's all he did. Right. But Alex Albon is out of this race as well with a retirement. Another mechanical gremlin for Red Bull. So the debate is about like the fact that Hamilton apparently is not even that good of a driver. Right? Apparently he's only the 6th best driver when statistically, right, he's pretty much the 2nd best. And that Vettel apparently is even a better driver than Hamilton, right? But I'll leave that one for everyone to discuss in the chat. Who's a better driver, Hamilton, right, or Vettel? Who's a better driver, Hamilton, right, or Verstappen? Who is the best? Who is the better driver at this current stage, right? Who is the better driver statistically, right, on that grid? How many laps left? Sorry, Andy. Yeah, Salah. There was a problem with your device. If you come back on again, hopefully it'll work this time. Anyone else who wants to join in this debate, please. How many laps are left? 20. Is one lap 25. We have got 36. 36 laps. 35 laps now, including this lap. How is Vettel greater than Hamilton? You come up with, please, someone tell me. Nah. Right, I'm sorry. What, I mean, literally, what? Right, then Schumacher would be exactly the same then. Right? Hamilton has proven to win in cars that have not deserved to be near the podium. Right? 2009 should never won a Grand Prix that season. He's the only driver that's been able to win a Grand Prix in each season, even when that car has not been good enough to get to there. Right, Vettel, look, he's made another mistake today in a car that keeps failing. Right, and when he had the greater car in 2018, he didn't make it count. End of story. But anyway, we got 35 laps of this. Norris looks like there's going to be another retirement. Albon's now out, and Norris looks like there's going to be a retirement. Hopefully not, as he reports power unit problems.
I'll be back in like half an hour because I've got to eat. But I'm actually kind of annoyed at you because I think Hamilton is not just down to the. It's not.
I don't care.
Skill.
Give me the evidence. Give me the evidence. Because the evidence is completely different. You ask every sort of pundit there is going, right, and they will say he is better. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
You
Also,
can't sit there and look at those
saying,
stats and say it's not.
Categorically, when I said Kane was better than Pele,
Yeah,
I kind of dug myself into a hole, and I
that's
didn't
what you're
get
doing.
out. I'm not doing it now. I believe in
You
this
are.
point, but the other night I wasn't.
You are. Pele's better than him. Pele was.
No, that wasn't. That started off like, not even as a joke. Just anyway. I was trying to prove my point, but I generally think Hamilton is not even a good driver, and that's that. I don't have the evidence potentially because he's always been at a good team. But I'm sorry. I am sorry because I can't prove my point. It's just me being stubborn because of the fact that I hate Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I can see. The evidence.
I know. I don't have
direction.
That's what I'm saying. But I agree with this guy. I don't think Hamilton would be as successful.
What? Hang on.
Close to Max cars, but he would still be successful.
Vettel is better than what?
Okay, yes.
Does anyone watch
You
F1?
can argue that.
Seriously.
You can argue that. You can argue
No, you can't. No, you can't.
He won.
No, you can't.
Championship.
No.
Vettel won more drivers' championship.
Right, he won. If
you
it
can
wasn't,
argue that. I don't agree with
if
it.
it wasn't
I don't
because,
agree with it, but you can argue it.
in Monaco,
I don't agree with it, but you can argue that.
Yeah, but in Monaco, I'll prove this is right. He was in a Tolman. Right now, Tolman is like the Ferrari at the minute. Never going to win a Grand Prix ever.
No.
At the minute, it's like the Ferrari. Right? If it wasn't for stopping that race, right, he would have won the Monaco Grand Prix.
Listen, I agree with you. I'm just saying you can argue it. It's an arguable point.
That's not. I don't
agree with it, but it's an arguable point.
Not an argument.
I think Senna is the greatest driver of all time, behind maybe
he was
Schumacher. But anyway, who cares? In 10 years' time, Mick Schumacher would have won more championships than Hamilton. Or Callum Ilott. Someone will beat Hamilton at some point, and I don't care because I will live to see that.
So will I.
I will live to see that, and I'll be fine with that. I'm just annoyed that people think Hamilton is as good as he is.
Because
if someone said, no, listen, I would say he's a good driver if maybe he had 3 or 4 championships, but the fact that he's got 7 and it's a Mercedes makes me absolutely hate it.
What?
Anyway, so I'll be back in 8 minutes or something. Okay.
Right.
See you.
No, I'm sorry. That's crap. Not having that. Right. Not all 7 or 6 of them have won by Mercedes as well. Right, McLaren. Hello. Right. It's just. I'm sorry. It's just the fact you don't like Hamilton. That's the only reason I can see it. Right. And Mick Schumacher's going to win no. Mick Schumacher will just do his own path, right? After Stephen Phil crap weakness in the face, I think. Oh, I hope he gets better, mate, and I hope you feel better as soon as you can. But yeah, I hope I can keep you entertained with the commentary. We're halfway through the race now. Norris in the pits. Right, they're just changing tyres on him. It looks like he's got a power unit problem. I'm sorry, I'm fed up. I'm getting now fed up of people not giving Hamilton the fucking respect he fucking deserves. Right, if it's so fucking easy, right, to win a bloody championship in Formula One because you've got a great car, right, jump in it and do it yourself, right? If he's that not good of a driver, why is Bottas not beating him then, right? Why is he not? Why is he not doing what Albon's doing, which has never been ahead of Verstappen, right? And always ended up half a second behind, like Bottas, his teammate. His first season, he put the current world champion Fernando Alonso, right, in his place. He finished second in his first ever season, right, when he's got a world champion Fernando Alonso as his fucking teammate, right? Even when, right, even when, right, Fernando Alonso tried to cheat on him in Hungary, right? And people just keep, even here, Hamilton's just lucky. No, it's not. It's more than fucking luck. Right? And I implore it, and anyone that keeps doing this, I'm fed up with it. Watch Formula One. Really, do watch it, because it's a lot more than just bloody luck. No, it's not that either, right? Because when Hamilton and Rosberg were the same, right? The only time, right, they had to literally do the same with Rosberg, what they did with Hamilton, and same vice versa. So otherwise, you get Rosberg on the radio moaning, "Oh, he's slowing me down. He's backing me into the Ferraris." Right? Well, overtake him and win the race. Right? That's the whole point. Right? Right? He's doing a different strategy to me. Why? I'm sorry, right? Bottas has been given a fair opportunity as well, right? And has tried his best, right? And he's a good driver. But I'm sorry, Hamilton is clearly faster. If anyone can't see it, right, then I seriously suggest you watch Formula One a bit properly. No, I'm not being fucking Hamilton's boyfriend, right? Right? Well said. Well fucking said. Right? It really is winding me up now. Whilst everyone else goes, "Oh, Verstappen's this, Verstappen's that." Verstappen gets poled by fucking keeping his foot on the accelerator and ignoring someone in the barriers and a yellow flag. And then thinks it's all a fucking joke. Right? Quite happily hit someone in the pit lane and not worry about hitting a fucking hitting the pit crew and killing them. I'm sorry, I'm fed up with it. I'm all for everyone having their opinion, right? If I don't like Hamilton for some reason, that's all well and good, right? You can have that opinion, right? But the point of having an opinion is you've got to have a justifiable reason why, right? And just saying that this is it, like you've just come out with statements, Andy, like Verstappen's way better than how. When? You tell me where the evidence is. Right, because what Verstappen's done so far is fuck all. Right? If he's so fucking brilliant, it wouldn't matter what if he was at a car that's a few tenths behind Hamilton, he'd still be able to catch him up and win and challenge for the championship. And every time they've gone head to head with each other, it's Hamilton that's beating him. What were Arsenal like in 2005? That was literally the season after we were invincible. And that was a side, mate. We played some beautiful football back then. That's when Arsenal were Arsenal, before we sold our soul to the Emirates. Players like Perez, Lundberg, Henry, Bergkamp, Campbell. I mean, sorry, it's just... He will beat him today. Just watch. Yeah, 5 seconds behind. He's doing well. Realist AC, please come on this channel and please back my fucking point up. Ricardo podium. Yeah, it looks like it could be a podium for... yeah, it looks like it could be a podium for Ricardo. So shame that Norris has a power unit problem, right? Because I'm British and I want Norris to do well as well, right? I met him, right, when I went to the British Grand Prix. He's a nice lad, teenage, like, sort of baby face, great guy, funny guy, and he got a podium in Austria, and he should be getting a podium in this Grand Prix if it weren't for his car failing. Arsenal are awful now. Yeah, it's sad. It is sad. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we got just over 25 laps left now. I think everyone's going to the end. The threat of rain's gone. Science just being let through by Norris because of Norris's power unit problem. And Perez changing Leclerc. Leclerc gets himself back up fourth, but Perez just has so much better traction.
You know what?
Then Leclerc gets him back down the straight with DRS.
You know, this is kind of ridiculous. Like, F1 is so bad now. Hamilton wins near enough every single race.
Well, we can now say that the F1's designed for Hamilton to win it.
I don't even care anymore. Like, I love this sport, right? The last however long. I liked it at the beginning of this year. But it's just awful now. I hate it. After, let's say, Monza, I've just hated it. It's been so awful.
I'm always been a fan when it was the I mean, I loved it when it was the VA era, right?
No,
Loved it in the V10 era, right? Because of the sound, feeling, right?
Slow. They were so slow.
What, V8s and the V10s?
Yeah. Well, V10s were if you look at like the F2004, it's got a lot of track records that have only just been beaten.
Yeah, I mean, though,
apart from that, they're all slow.
Even then, I mean, the cars of today I love, right? I do like the cars of today, though.
They look beautiful as well. They're beautiful.
Right, what?
They're absolutely beautiful this year.
Yeah, I mean, the
best looking cars we've ever had.
I mean, I love the technology about it, right? And the fact that these things are actually one that makes F1 one of the greenest out of most of the motorsports. And it's always the thing with F1 is that
Green
it should
is being important there.
Yeah, but F1 has always been at the front of technology and innovation in cars, right? And that's always been the way. So, like anything that comes in, like how to change engine modes and stuff like that, that's something that should be encouraged. It's called that's why you have a constructors championship, right? Because ever since that championship was introduced in '59, that's technology was pumped up to another level. and you had innovations like rear wings, ground effect, electric traction control, the whole 9 yards, right? So that's one of the reasons why Formula One is where it is now, because everyone's looking to hybrid and electrical energy.
Probably wouldn't have a Prius on the road or a Tesla if F1. Well, obviously F1 kind of like they wouldn't be as far down. I don't think without F1, without cars, without
today's cars. No, you wouldn't have like today's cars where most of them are self-charging, right? You got the self-charging car market
and wouldn't
absolutely
have self-charging.
so much better, right? Because like if
That's
it
like
would have
100
got there, it would have just been 10 years later.
No,
But because of
it without cars or
anyway, sorry, just
you
before
wouldn't.
Lando unfortunately was in third. He was doing really well, but he's picked up a power unit problem, so he's dropped back to sixth. But he is doing well, and Hulkenberg is in 12th, which is not bad going, to be honest, given
No,
the fact
honestly,
that
Hulkenberg,
the first.
better than Hamilton. I'm joking.
Yeah, you better be joking.
Hulkenberg, like I don't know, like above
Hulkenberg's a
Sainz,
good driver, right?
above Perez, above Perez the area.
Yeah.
Sainz, Perez, all of them are up there, and then you've obviously got like Leclerc, Bottas. He's above Vettel this year, especially. Oh,
I
yeah,
put look.
no, Hulkenberg's better than Vettel.
For me, it's
He's the best German on the grid right now. Hulkenberg is the best German on the grid today.
on current form. On current form.
He's probably got more points than Vettel, even though he's only had 2 races.
Yeah, but Leclerc, I'm sorry, I can't. I put Leclerc with alongside Verstappen.
So you're a proper. I love
I
Leclerc. I just love Verstappen even more.
I saw Leclerc in F2 when he won the championship in F2 in his first, I think his first year in there.
Yes,
Right,
but the thing is,
unbelievable.
if you look at Schumacher, he will be a great driver. He only really sets up in his second season. He only really sets up in his second season. So he didn't have a very good. It doesn't mean anything if you win in your first season. It's how you win it. So for me, that I think it was Bahrain where in the sprint race, he got 2. He got 2. He got 2. He made a pit stop, so he had 2 compounds of tire, medium and then soft, and he still won the race, even though in a sprint race you only really you don't make a pit stop at all.
Yeah, no, I think Russia from this year was a really good one for me.
Yeah, but I mean, in F2,
because it's if he's a great driver, if he wins both the feature and the sprint race. But Leclerc is on the same level as Verstappen. I'm sure Mick Schumacher, when he gets into F1 and gets into a decent car, will be on that sort of level. Obviously, Hamilton is going to be another 5 years before anything happens. But you've got the top drivers at the minute is Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc in that order, and very closes. So Alonso is the best driver to race. He is a very talented driver, but I'm sorry, he cheated fucking Hamilton. He didn't like the fact that Hamilton wasn't playing number 2 driver, and was basically beating him by the time we got to Hungary. So he thought he'd take it into his own hands and do it and screw him up in qualifying. But even then, he's still a talented driver. The best ever to grace F1? No, but one of the best. Definitely one of the best. Right, with the way he manages to get anything out of the car. Don't get it. Kimi Räikkönen best finish. Mika Hakkinen won 2 championships. With the McLaren, with Coulthard as his teammate. And he did that against a Schumacher in a Ferrari, right? Which in '99 should have won it anyway. But to beat Schumacher in a Ferrari, who was at Ferrari, right, 98 and 99, right? You can't be just an average driver to do that. So Mika Hakkinen, I would throw into that as well. And really, the only reason Raikkonen won the championship in 2007 is because of McLaren's reliability issues. Oh God, no. Hulkenberg just taking Sebastian Vettel for 9th place now. So again, Hulkenberg getting points. One of the drivers of the day. In fact, his first lap in this Grand Prix weekend was in qualifying and qualified last. The fact he's now 9th and looking good for points. Brilliant. So one of my drivers of the day, definitely. I think Norris would have been one of the drivers of the day if it weren't for his power unit problem. But if not, Hulkenberg carries on the way he is, I'd definitely vote him for driver of the day. As Vettel pits for another pit stop, slow pit stop, 4.4 seconds. It's just not working out at all for Vettel. And Vettel's better than Hamilton. Hamilton will put a shift in to get that car up the grid. Right? Did it in 2009 with a deadbeat fucking McLaren. I like this. I mean, sorry, if anyone thinks he's such a, if everyone thinks he's not that great of a driver, I'd love to see them go against a double world champion in Fernando Alonso, who's just someone said he's the best driver who's graced Formula One. You have to see you go against him in his rookie career and rookie season, and then finish ahead of him in the championship by the end of it. But yeah, we got 16 laps left of this Grand Prix now, and Lando Norris, oh, he's out. Sorry, Wayne. Lando Norris is out of this race. He was on for a podium. It could be a virtual safety car here. And he still kicks in. Full safety car. Full safety car. Full safety car has been deployed. So obviously, does that mean Hamilton and Verstappen are going to pit? If one of them pits, if Verstappen stay out, if Hamilton pits. Yep, Mercedes are coming out. Red Bull are coming out. Yeah, Max Verstappen's going to pit as well. No loss trying to get up past Verstappen here. So, yeah, it does spice up. It does bring them both together, but it does spice up the battle between Perez and Ricciardo and Sainz, and for the final podium slot. I think with the DAS system, it means that will help Hamilton restart in the race. So I don't have a particular worry there. Yeah, Lando Norris.
Ricardo pitting was so important.
Yeah, because
pitting was so important because Perez was catching him up.
Yeah, I know. He was catching being caught by Perez.
Who is now boxing?
Who?
No, Hulkenberg's boxing.
Yeah, everyone's got it, to be honest.
Apart from Perez, apart from Perez. That should not.
Yeah,
but the problem is,
problem is though is that Perez is going to have a fast Sainz and a fast Ricciardo behind him.
Yeah, it was stupid not to pit. because you're gonna gain time anyway. You're gonna be like within 1 second if you pit anyway. Well, less because you're behind. Like less in a second because you're behind them in a safety car. You should have pit because you were faster. You were faster, which means I know it was partly because of the tires, but
Perez pits now.
No.
Yep, Perez pits now.
He pits.
Perez is pitted.
Why didn't you pit before?
Well, no, he's still ahead. No, it doesn't matter because he's still ahead of Sainz, so he's still going to be in the same position.
Also, I'm sorry, Lando. I'm really sorry about Lando.
Yeah, Lando was doing so well, but that power unit problem has really sort of dampened it. Wayne, what says what show are you doing on Wednesday? I'll be doing the watch along to England versus Denmark.
Tuesday
The first show is on Tuesday. The Hot Off the Press show is on Tuesday. The watch along is on Wednesday.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that Pele thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'll tell you what it is, and I know this is going to sound like a stupid excuse, but genuinely, I haven't been sleeping, and that's why I've been saying these stupid things, because my brain isn't functioning. I know that sounds like a stupid excuse.
Yeah, but then to be fair, mate, I hardly sleep at all because I've constant nightmares.
Yeah, I know, but I'm used to like sleeping a lot.
I'm partially incapacitated as well.
My body is used to sleeping a lot. I know it sounds like a dumb excuse, but
no, I can hear it to a point, but the problem is that I'm partially incapacitated and I can hardly sleep at times because I've got a toe that actually hurts like hell, and plus I constantly have nightmares when my health is playing up because of what I've been through in the past. So sometimes I stay up literally all night. I've got an FA Cup game on Wednesday. Yeah, but like I said, Tuesday is the Hot Off the Press show, so if you want to join us for that.
How can you have an FA Cup game? It's like the People's FA Cup thing that they do.
Yeah, it must be.
Well, good luck. There are 5-a-side games, I think, or 7-a-side.
Right, so Vettel's being let through. The lap cars are being let through now.
Oh, I'm so happy for Ricardo. How have we had 8 people out of this race? It doesn't feel like there's been 8 people out of this race.
There ain't. There's only been 5.
But it's only showing up to Latifi. Oh.
There's only 5.
It was only showing up to Latifi, so I didn't notice. It like cut all of them down to P12. It's because they were showing the gap between all or something.
It's up to 15.
It's freezing. Well, when's the rain happening?
There is no rain. It's now sunshine.
I know, but they said there might be rain. I'm really.
It's typical
F1. Typical F1.
I said to you, like when I saw the radar, right? It might be a few drops at turn 1 and at the final turn, but it doesn't look like solid rain.
No, I know, but I still.
That's what I said. Right, when they meant rain in 5 minutes, what they said is that you can expect some damp parts in some areas, but not full on downpour.
I know, but still.
That's what they mean. Right?
No,
if there be a downpour, that's why people were still pitting.
Yeah, I know, but I thought there would be. I just hoped because there was so much rain on Friday.
Yeah.
There was like 60% chance of precipitation today.
Yeah, but it's like I said, that 60% could be meaning it rains for that how long it did.
Okay, but Still, I
No,
just hoped. Okay, I get your point, but I really did hope.
chance the 60% means yeah, the 60% means there is 60% chance there could be a little bit of rain or a lot of rain.
Do you know what would have been good? I know they would have lost because it was so close. But imagine if Verstappen didn't pit. He got ahead of Hamilton.
No, he would have been jumped immediately. Right, because they've had because it would have been the same as Hungary 2019.
Or at least, oh, I don't know.
So rain is further than qualifying. And how's your GCSEs?
I'm not doing them for another 2 years. So this year, well, I'm doing them next year. I'm really good at maths. I'll do decently at English. I'm not gonna do a lot of them. But I'll do like history, geography. I know which one. I'm not gonna do a lot, but like history and geography, I know I can get really good grades in, and maths. And
I would try and do as many as you can because there's some universities that will want to see not just A to C's, but not just maths and English, but like 3, 4, 5. Like
yeah,
UEA, right, offered me the same course, but they wanted an extra GCSEs out of me. But because I was not well, I couldn't do those GCSEs. I can only do the maths.
I'll do like 6.
Yeah, that'll be enough.
Because what I'm doing, well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing art. I'm doing art and history and geography. And I think that's it. But and then I've got English, science, and maths. So that's 6. So I'll be fine. But I'm not doing like a lot. I won't do a language because I don't need a GCSE to know a language. I know enough of language. I know a bit of German, so I don't want to do that as GCSE because it will just. I hate learning languages, and it will kill me, and I'll hate it.
I'll never like learning the language, to be honest.
I know enough of German to get by anyway, so.
I know little bits of some languages to help with when I go away. But then most
I
of
try
the
to
time
learn
I'm in the UK anyway. But the safety car is in this lap. The DAS system will be working at full effect.
What lap are you on?
Get any closer? Jesus Christ.
What lap are you on?
Lap 49.
Still on lap 49? Okay.
Right.
I know you're ahead of me, but I don't know.
Hamilton's on now. Oh, it's the DAS system. It's the DAS system. Oh, Vettel, no. Verstappen's locked up. He's gone wide. It's going to give Ricciardo the slipstream down the inside.
I'll tell you something.
Even Hamilton's got weeds on the straight.
That DAS system isn't.
Verstappen's on the inside line. He goes wide. Ricciardo's all over the back of him. It's like 2018 all over again. And now Perez is trying to go on the other side of Ricciardo.
I'll tell you something. This DAS system is. I don't even know if it should be legal because it's changing the setup, which you're not allowed to do.
Yes, you can.
Because
no. This is where no. This is where I read this up in pre-season testing when it came out. Right now, once you're out of qualifying, right, you are once you're out of qualifying and left the pitch, you can't change the setup. Fine.
Yeah, park
but once that is only until it says
front
in the
wing
rule
you can change. Front wing you can change.
It's only until the race starts. Once the race has started, you can change whatever setup you want on the suspension because they're not expecting you to come in the pits and change the suspension. It'll take an hour or two, right? So that is
Changing the
why,
toe.
yeah,
Changing the toe.
yeah, that is part of the suspension. The toe is part of the suspension. It's part of the geometry of the
Dumb rule.
right? But no,
Not fair.
that's all part of the rules. That's the whole point of Formula One. They set the rules up, and what the teams are designed to do are find the loopholes.
Yeah, but surely the driver should not change the setup himself.
What?
Surely the driver shouldn't be the one changing the setup.
They do. They do during the practice sessions, and there's only certain measurements they can change in the pit lane, in the pits. But it says after the race start, nothing about saying that you can adjust the toe, because they're not expecting you to come in the pits and do it.
Yeah, but you can't change.
It's finding a way. That's the whole point. You find a loophole.
Do you know what would be great if they put the dash system in the F1 game?
Yeah, no, it would really help.
Yeah, but everyone just pick Mercedes every race.
Well, yeah, I mean it helps in terms of the safety car situation, but then it does. That's the only time it helps.
But what? Yeah, but it warms up your tires. What if you had cold tires in the race anyway? You would try to warm them up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but the idea is once you're at full race speed, you shouldn't have slow tire. Otherwise, there's something wrong with the car.
You know, Mercedes in 2018 they came out with those rims which cooled down the tires.
Yeah.
This is the opposite, isn't it? It's trying to warm up the tires.
Yeah.
What if you could next they're going to come up with rims which change during the race to see if to warm them up and cool them down. That's what they're going to do next.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole point of it. You find loopholes.
And Hamilton gets the fastest lap.
Yep.
Hulkenberg up in 8th position.
Yep, Leclerc's in 7th, which is not bad if
Lewis beaten Schumacher's record at this track.
What?
Obviously, Lewis has beaten the race record for this lap race lap record for this track.
Equal.
No, race lap record at this track.
He's beaten the fastest lap track, yes. the track record.
Yes, for in a race, yes.
No, it's just the track record. That's what they call it.
Yeah, but it's not in qualifying. Well, I think he did it in qualifying too, but
well, yeah, it's what it's what they call new lap record. It's
yeah, but if it's in the race, it's slower, so it's different.
Yeah, but they count instead of when they set a lap record, they count the one from the race, not the qualifying.
Yeah, but they still. Oh no. There's 2 different lap records.
Well, no. I mean, it used to. I mean,
the fastest lap, great. Another world record broken. This time himself. New lap record. I swear we were meant to get like 23s, 24s around this track.
No, I wouldn't suggest that.
That's not going to make your life good. It's not going to make it good.
No, but I wouldn't suggest I'd use that as a way of trying to feel good in coping with life. Because I don't drink alcohol, I'm not smoke weed, but I still manage to cope with life and enjoy life. I don't see how people feel they can enjoy. The only way they can enjoy life is by drinking alcohol. And I can enjoy parties and life without doing that at all.
No, I would not recommend smoking weed and drinking alcohol.
Yeah. Especially as I'm trying to make awareness about liver disease. What is the easy? I don't know what the easiest job, mate.
Yeah, probably being a YouTuber or something.
Well, no, I'd probably say then the paper rounds, or like Wayne's just put paper rounds, dustbins, but
Or
the trolleys at the shops.
yeah,
But
easiest jobs won't do like easiest jobs mean it won't be as easy if you did something harder because you've got to do it for longer to get enough money to like get by or whatever. So if you have like a
yeah, but
good
you should
job,
be able
and also
to.
you should enjoy your job. Like you don't want it to be easy. You want it to be something challenging.
Yeah,
Like
but
I want to be an engineer, and I would love to work in Formula One as an engineer because that's like interesting. I'd be able to invent
well, if you
stuff,
look at Silverstone,
innovate.
their engineering program.
Sorry?
I think Silverstone have their own academy to produce engineers.
Oh, that's cool. But no, anyway,
I'll have a look into that.
I will. But like, you've got to have something you enjoy. Like that's what I would love to enjoy, and that would make me feel good
Yeah,
because I'm learning,
fine.
I'm
But
doing stuff.
I
Like,
wouldn't want to try and aim for like some. You should want to aim more than doing a job like pushing trolleys at a shop or doing a
what
paper
have you
round.
accomplished in life if you're going to do something like that? Like, you need to
Oh,
do.
and Vettel giving Magnussen the
No
shove
offense
out.
if all you do is push trolleys or something.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah,
I know that even if you did that, you'd probably still want to like, do something better. Pretty sure people would. I just
yeah,
think you need to like aim high.
yeah. Aim. Yeah, you should be wanting to aim high in life. Then you'll be able to enjoy life even more. And Raikkonen's right running outside of Magnussen for 12th. After an
Vettel
interesting
was sorry.
Magnussen as well.
Hamilton. It's not much. Probably overreacting here. Vettel was sorry. Verstappen is closing in very slightly to Hamilton. It won't be enough to win.
Hamilton's just running.
Very slight, and he's obviously holding something back. That's what I hate about Mercedes. They never give you the full push.
Why? Because don't know why. You can't hate Mercedes for holding back because he got a power unit. They've just had Bottas retire with a power unit problem.
Come on, Vettel, get into the points.
Those power units have got to last the season. So they don't want to be going flat out all the time, right? Because otherwise you're gonna incur more power unit
I
penalties.
don't care. It's not fair. I hate them. Oh, it's so annoying.
You can't hate someone. I'm sorry, you can't hate someone because the other teams can't make a car that's good enough.
No,
Right? It's not their fault. Right?
money.
They're
That's
running
what
a
it
car
is.
to win a
They have
race. It's
too
up to
much
the other
money.
team if they want to make a better car.
They have too much money. That's what it is.
Well, not really, because actually Ferrari earn more money than they do.
Yeah, but they make everything themselves.
So do Ferrari.
No. Ferrari make everything themselves.
So do Mercedes.
No, they don't.
That's what I call a works team.
No, but they make literally every single piece of
But
component
that's what
that
I'm
goes in the
saying.
car.
Works teams.
Mercedes hand stuff over to some.
Look, no. Works teams means you make everything yourself. A
No, I'm
custom
not.
team means you buy certain parts from some other teams. That's
No,
the
not
difference.
other teams. Just other companies that, for example, will make the front wing. I don't know, but
No.
Ferrari actually make every little component. Mercedes will give it to like a carbon fiber company to make their halo.
No, because they've made it at Brackley. I've seen it.
I'm telling you.
No, they don't. And I'm telling you, they don't. Trust me. They make everything themselves, just the same as Ferrari do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Otherwise, there's no point calling it a works team.
Yeah, a works team means they make like engines and gearbox.
Same as the same as like even like Red Bull make everything themselves. The only thing they don't make themselves is the power unit. That's the only thing they don't do.
Then what have I heard about?
Same as Renault complaining. That's why Renault always complained about Haas, right, and Racing Point, right, because they make Renault make everything themselves, right, and they're not been able to compete with them, but when they buy parts from Mercedes and
I am
other
so annoyed at Mercedes because they're too good and I hate it. Why can't
So were you annoyed at Ferrari?
Why can't you just have competition?
Well, you should be annoyed at the teams not being able to do that then.
Why can't you just have competition?
Well, you should be annoyed at Red Bull and Ferrari for not giving competition, or any other team, because they're the ones. It's down to them to give them the competition.
No, just you can't exactly like copy another team's design, can you? Because they've done so well.
Racing Point did. The only thing they got punished on was the brakes, because in terms of photographs, you can copy basically what was Mercedes' last car last year. But if you get stuff like the brakes, which requires inside information, like, then you can't.
Well, guess what?
That's why Racing Point were punished at the start of the season with their brakes.
Well, half of the population of F1 fans probably absolutely hate Mercedes. The rest are split between liking them, not really caring, and kind of disliking them for being so good.
I don't see where you can get that one from. You'd have to do
good. It's stupid. Like, everyone likes Ferrari, fine, but that doesn't matter because Ferrari have been in the sport for so many years, and everyone loves Ferraris, don't they? Like,
yeah.
Everyone loves Ferrari.
Yeah.
But Mercedes, who cares about Mercedes?
I do, because they were there from the start as well. They were there in the 50s as well. But unfortunately, they left.
They've never been in Le Mans. Well, they might have been in Le Mans once or twice, but they're not like
they were there
other stuff.
Like, they've been a major part of motorsport.
It's boring and basic. Actually, they have been in Le Mans. I lie. They have been in Le Mans.
Yeah, they have. They have been in F1. They've been in F1 in the 50s. But unfortunately, they didn't get the Constructors' Championship. Like, Fangio won in a Mercedes the championship.
Oh, I don't care about. I just hate Mercedes. They're too good.
So did you hate Ferrari? So, hang on, I'm going to put this question to you then. So did you hate Ferrari when Schumacher was dominating?
I wasn't live.
But if that was if you were in that time, would you hate Ferrari then?
Probably.
That's what Mercedes are doing with Hamilton.
Well, no, I wouldn't hate Ferrari because they're Ferrari. Ferrari. Mercedes aren't Mercedes. It's not the same thing. Everyone knows a Ferrari. No one knows a Mercedes. If you put a Mercedes GT if you put Mercedes GT Black Series, whatever that thing is called, next to a Ferrari F8 Tributo, everyone would be like, "Oh, that's a Ferrari." No one would be like, that's a Mercedes."
Rubbish. And the record is equaled.
equaled. Oh, but look, I'm getting a penalty or something because
Verstappen second with the fastest lap.
everyone likes giving Lewis Hamilton a penalty.
What?
Oh, Verstappen gets fastest lap potentially.
Oh well. Consolation prize. There you go.
I don't get.
My two favourite
I'm stuck in a
drivers.
situation. Am I going to
Schumacher.
say it's because of the car, or am I going to say it's because of Lewis Hamilton? That's why they're super dominant. I can't say both.
What's that?
Yeah, Verstappen gets fastest lap. Right,
Yeah.
that's one thing. The Red Bull is a faster car than Hamilton around this circuit, race pace wise at least.
Why didn't win the Grand Prix?
Because it's by a very small amount. And Cyril.
Well, the Mercedes is faster. Oh, for God's! I'm fed up with people not giving Hamilton any credit. I'm fed up with it. I literally am. What has he got to do? What's he got to do? Kiss the gods.
Fine. Look, okay, fine. Hamilton and the car are great. Of course, I'm going to argue this because I hate it. You know, that's what people do. They hate it.
Equaled Schumacher's win record, which is
well done.
beyond anyone else. Even Vettel is third with 54. Right?
Yeah, well done.
How the hell can we not say Hamilton is a fast driver?
Do you know what I'm going to call? At one point, sorry, can I say something? Mercedes should be punished because they're using
what? $70 points in fun. Hulkenberg gets the fast driver of the day. Brilliant drive by him to get in the points after his first lap being in qualifying.
Look, my thing about Lewis is, right, they're both great. Car and driver are fantastic. I'm obviously going to argue that. I'm going to have to say that they're bad. They're both, and I can't say they're both bad. I have to say one better than the other. And unfortunately, they're both great, and I get that. But you can't expect someone not to be annoyed by that, because it is horrible for someone to dominate that much. This is my whole. I started watching F1 maybe 2013. They have dominated all the way. No, 2012. Okay, they have dominated most of my life while watching it, and I'm really fed up at it.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to be like, whatever. I'm really fed up with Mercedes winning.
Right. So, in fact, if do you know what? If I was you, then I would be annoyed at the team I do support, thinking, why can't you why can't you challenge this lot? Right? Why can't you
because
design
they're
a
gods.
car?
They're gods of engineering.
No, because
They're
Adrian Newey,
driving.
they've got the likes of Adrian Newey, who's been able to design a winning Williams, right? A winning McLaren, right? A winning Bennett.
I'll tell you something. Hamilton is the best driver of all time.
What?
Hamilton is the best driver of all time.
Right, now, do you know what? Even if I would say that, I would say no, because you can't compare the likes of Hamilton to the likes of Schumacher, to the likes of Senna, because there are different times and different periods and different sort of cars.
But in this
right?
period,
he is
post
one of the top three.
He's been the best driver. From 2008, he has been the best driver. There's
I mean,
no
for
question
God's
about
sake,
that.
his rookie season, he finished second in front of the current double world champion, Fernando Alonso. Right, his first ever race, he went right round the outside of him.
Fernando Alonso is a fantastic driver, and I get that. He is great, and I love the fact that, well, I hate the fact that, I love and hate the fact that Lewis is so good. I just dislike that it's not fair. I don't hate Mercedes. I hate the sport, but being like this, I hate the sport. That's what I hate. I hate the sport, and I'll forever hate it.
Until when?
Until it's fair, or
That's what they're gonna do. And actually, to be honest, right now, Hamilton could have every right to say, right, and jump up and down and protest about the rule changes and everything like that. But no, he has been one of the ones to make sure that the new rules they're bringing in, there are budget caps, and that he wants
that's just to make him look even better as a driver. That's to make him look even better as a driver.
What? No, it's not. He wants it to be fair.
He's like, oh, I'm a vegan. I'm the perfect race team driver. I'm trying to reduce my carbon footprint by entering into these electric motoring series.
What's that?
You know, he started this electric off-road thing. He's a team principal on that. He's got his own team called like X44. His off-road motoring electric something or other, where they go to all these places where the world has been polluted and it's like ice caps and melting and stuff. Places like that, and with these electric cars. And I just hate the fact that he almost is like showboating, and I hate it.
It's not showboating, it's called caring and trying to make a difference.
Yeah,
is he showboating because he wants? Is he showboating because he set up the F1 Commission to tackle racial equality?
Some of it is for his personal growth. Some of it is
no, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. It's called fighting for a social injustice. That's appalling. That's appalling. I'm sorry.
No, I get that it is. It is partly to do with that.
He is not doing that for his own gain.
I get the sport is massively flawed in certain areas, especially that. But
he's also trying to make it.
It was most of it's for personal growth.
People like me, right, who are either disabled, not well off, or anything like that, try and have a chance, right, like he got to get in Formula One. Because if it weren't for Ron Dennis, he would have never turned up because he didn't have the money, right? Other drivers had the money.
No,
right?
he had
Ron
money.
Dennis gave him the chance, right? That's how he got in the first place. Right? He is trying to now make it so that everyone gets a chance because it's too expensive to get in.
If you look at Ocon, he was.
And that's called equality.
He had no. What is no? We don't want to. Everyone's like, we want equality. We want equity, and that's basically giving people what they need. So if you're already equity is what we need. We don't want equality, because if someone like Donald Trump, they don't need equality because that will give them the same as everyone else. What we need is people who don't have what Donald Trump has to have more than him, so they are now equal. So you need equity, which will make everyone fair by giving people who are disadvantaged more and people who are more advantaged less. And that will make the world fair. I don't like the word equality because it's not what it is. Because giving rich people the same as what less rich people have.
Oh, wow.
What?
Mick Schumacher has just presented to Lewis Hamilton with Michael Schumacher's Mercedes helmet.
Well done. That's like when he got that Senna helmet, isn't it?
Yeah. Race worn.
Well done. I'm sorry. Well done, Hamilton. You've changed my opinion today about Hamilton. Thank you, but I still hate him. I'm just gonna mute because.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to end the stream anyway, so we'll have a break before the football. But yeah, Hamilton's equaled Schumacher's record. And obviously it takes one more win to break it, which looks inevitable. And the fact that he's now 70 points in front, he's got now the title.
The sad thing is he'll never be able to wear that helmet by Schumacher because it's not safe anymore.
No, it is. It's 2012 standards.
Yeah, but he won't be able to wear it in F1 now because it's not safe enough, surely.
No, the helmets have been the same as they were in 2012. It's the 90s ones that were not safe enough. Like those have been
anyway.
Those ones now meet the standards. But even then, it's not something to be worn anyway. But yeah, I'll be back for football this evening. England versus Belgium. Around about 4:40, 3:30. But yeah, until then, leave a like, share the video, share the content, and I'll stay safe, stay well, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.